Greetings, everyone. This is Ebony again. My new introduction to the world with the Most High, actively involved within me, as a lot of the other chosen ones, particularly Ebony Ephraim from California, that we, in alignment, share as definite chosen ones, the same first name. She's on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast in New York City. And we are here for a very, very special divine purpose in helping our family on earth to remember to love. And that's the most consistent divine message of all chosen ones that are really not to be singled out as so special or different from everybody else. What makes a chosen one in definition, with more clarity in putting it into a very layman way of understanding, that it's not to signify that you not considered chosen, that you actually are, as everybody else should also think of themselves as chosen because of the nature of our mentalities. Excuse me. When we are set apart from each other to such a degree of a uniqueness that makes a type of envy or jealousy that can follow by an insecurity of feeling less than. That's understandable, but once it's given in description, whereas knowledge is power and knowledge can be freeing in the powerfulness of how it affects you, me, and everyone. Therefore, a chosen one, in definition, in a nutshell, is an individual that has lived a very clean life, that they have not in any way, with any ill-willed intent, to have any desired thought manifested within themselves to do anything wrong. That's a true chosen one, a clean, beautiful, minded heart, spirit, soul of a conscious beingness, of a uniqueness in the creation of God, the Creator, the Divine, the Most High. And that person has been persecuted, belittled, hated on, mistreated, used, abused, and looked at as rather insignificant, different, unique, but all of what we think is so bad is actually good. According to the higher teachings of me spending time in isolation with the divine within, as I like to outside state, when the students are ready, the master teacher within you appears. And this is very significant. You choose you to some degree. And the chosen ones are so uniquely set apart for the fact that love is not rampant or very, very prevalently seen here on earth. It's a lot of difficulty when we have this type of separate mentality that you are you and I am me. But in creation, God created us to love. As a lot of my other videos, like on Facebook, that those accounts somehow got shut down, all I teach is about God. All I speak on is about the Creator after I've emerged from a very coarse isolation period that you can hear some, especially the chosen beautiful soul, Ebony Ephraim or Ephraim, I don't know how she pronounces her last name, respectfully has touched on that we go through a type of fire, a type of confrontation from the darkness within that we needed to go through in order to set the tone in advice, in life coaching, in inspiration, in encouragements, to inspire everybody to have some sort of a leeway of a light bearer that can guide you through that dark period of healing. Ascension is a process that entails so much in the process of shifting us into growing to becoming the better versions of ourselves. Some of us are a lot more worse off than others due to your choices from your mentality. No one puts a gun to anyone's head and tells you to choose. You do so on your own. Therefore, you are to be held accountable solely, pun intended, SOLELY and SOULLY, right? So we say, so to speak, respectfully, I'm a bad bitch, right? Meaning that I got my shit together and I'm thriving, I'm independent, I can take care of me, I got my life in order, right? But we don't want to associate that bad is bad in that regard. So I'm saying that, the twilight zone that's happening now rampantly everywhere in the great awakening to the Creator. This is a new introduction for all of us to meet God within you. That's ascension. And so the big boss of creation, the CEO of life, right? The big boss wants you to be upstanding to interact with him, her, an ambiguous androgynous energy. And that's what we see in creation of, males and females. But God is both. And more so father, but a gentleman, and wants for us to be upstanding, high qualities, high characteristics, divinely loving, true, genuine, pure. So that's what ascension is, to change you for the better to the best. And those who do not like to be told what to do, those who have an ego and they just want to do what they want to do regardless, they get into some serious hot water because we're supposed to surrender to the Creator's will for changing our lives. As we've prayed for so long for some sort of help, and that help is here. And he's getting a lot of backlash, a lot of heckling, a lot of negativity because the thought of a higher power makes everybody basically cringe that now subtly, subliminally, or innately, dang, we can't do what we want to do anymore. And the Most High doesn't care about that. So that's why chosen ones were here volunteering from higher up to reincarnate on earth. And only God can tell us more about ourselves than we know. That's the higher power. I always yell outside at the top of my lungs to let my voice, carry to reach as many people as I can. I know it may sound angry, but I'm really serious because of what I've gone through and the matters of life for not only me and my immediate family, but my children. All of our children, little babies, need to live in a world that's more safer and free for us to be who we are, uninhibited by criminals or anything or anyone that can prevent us from enjoying life to the highest degree in the most fullest of ways, happily, truly happily. And that's God's goal. And if everyone sees this message, I don't think that you would ever beg to differ or argue with these facts. I love you and I'll keep it there. I'll try not to be too long-winded because our attention spans are really not that long. We have a lot to do. We have our busy lives. So I would try to get used to doing videos and shorts and things like that, but it's all love. That's all God is trying to reinstate, is that we are more cognizantly aware to be more loving and kind and respectful to each other. I love you. The Most High loves you, and have a good evening.